Hello everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about choosing the right direction. And you might wonder, what do I mean about choosing the right direction? So in life, there's so many crossroads that you will come across, and basically a crossroad is two or more road intersections where you have to decide whether you want to turn left, right, or straight ahead. And I noticed that we have so many of this kind of crossroads whereby we have to make really strong decisions about whether to take this job or that job, or, to start our own business, or, if you're going through a hard divorce, whether to go ahead with it or not. And I wanted to give a few tips about it, and because recently I was going through the same thing. A couple of months ago, I just graduated and I was thinking, what do I want to do? And I knew I had all these ideas of things I wanted to start. I wanted to do a business, or maybe I should just take a job. And I was so confused and overwhelmed. And even as I was applying for jobs, I was just waiting and trying to figure out which one to go for. And I realized I started getting really stressed out about it and so anxious, and I didn't know what to do. And this took me into a period of anxiety. And I recently came out of it, and I decided that I wanted to share these tips with all of you. So basically, in terms of tips, the first thing I would say is to think about your own happiness. And when you think about your own happiness, you mustn't think that you're being selfish in any way, because if you're not happy yourself, how are you going to help the people around you? And I think a lot of times people make the choices based on what's around them, and it could be peer pressure, or it could be pressure from your parents, or maybe if you have a family, you have to think about your children, and so many considerations have to come into place. But what I really realized is that if you make all these important choices based on other people or other pressures, you're never going to really feel satisfied yourself, and that in turn affects every part of your life. And so really just think about what gives you the most happiness and what you feel would be great for you. And I know there's so many factors that come into place, like for instance finances or your family. And to that I say that do what you feel that's happy for you, but at the same time do what you can in your own pace to be there for the people around you. And if say it's finances, it's really just to give and take. If for instance, if say now you're having a full-time job and you want to do something else, and it's so difficult because you have to have the finances to support your family, so maybe you could try to have two part-time jobs that could work out for that, and then work harder at night, and to compensate for all the work you want to do on that business or anything else. And it's really about give and take with every choice you make. So, even with your own happiness, maybe it will take extra hard work to do what you really want. And so, yeah, just really think about what gives you the most happiness and go for that. The second thing I would say is to write what you want, And maybe some of you don't really like writing. I know, because I'm in that page. But you'll be surprised what 5 minutes of writing can do. Just write down what you want out of life and where you see yourself in the next 5 years. And when you do this, don't really think about so what others things, or oh, that's so crazy, I can never do that. Just write it down and see where your imagination or your dreams take you, and think about them for a while and just reflect on them and see in 5 years if you're not doing this, or would you be happy, would you regret this? So really just reflect on that, and that will really help you put your choices and your perspective on life into place, as I would say. And you will really just pour out so much of how you feel, and you will have a more better understanding of yourself and what you see within you. And we spend so much time in this body, guys, and to think that we don't really reflect how much on what we want out of life, what is our own happiness. It's really sad to see, and we just don't make the right choices because of that. So yeah, definitely write it down and see where it takes you. And the third thing I would say is basically to work hard and do what it takes to get you where you want to. And so even with choosing the right direction, so for instance, you want to maybe start playing music more, but then you're working in this job. Okay, maybe you can do that. But you have to really work hard in whatever it is you do, and to realize that every opportunity that you get, you have to just really give it all you can, and to also be receptive. So with whatever choice you make, do not be worried about it as long as you work hard and you're being receptive to learning about it. And so to sum it all up, there's really no wrong choices you can make. Towards the end of, all these feelings I was having and all that anxiety that I was getting, I really just realized, why am I so worried? Why am I so worried about making this wrong choice and for waiting so long? There's going to be opportunities everywhere, and even if I made a decision that was not so great, later on I will find my way, and maybe it will lead me to something even better that I never knew existed. And sometimes when you put that into place and just realize how short life actually is, all these things just becomes less important, and you just realize you just want to be happy. Nothing else can give you better happiness than to just be relaxed and to know that everything is going to work out fine, and you're going to go with the flow of life, and whatever choice you make, it's going to take you somewhere either way. And so with that attitude, an attitude that puts your happiness, dreams, and goals first, you will not regret anything. And you'll be so happy that you made this choice because you were thinking about what you wanted out of life and you went for that goal that you were always hoping for. So yeah, I hope you liked this video and that it was helpful for you and gave you a lot more insight on what to do. And sometimes, maybe everything that I've just told you, but it's just really good to hear it from someone, and that's sometimes what we need. We just needed to hear it from someone just there to remind us of, what is the good thing for us at that time. And yeah, so if you have any issues you're going through, and maybe right now you're in the crossroads, as we say, definitely comment below, share me your story, what you have been going through, and if you have any other problems and anything you would like to talk to someone about, definitely do comment below and I'll reply for sure.